Now he has a very huge upside versus Aitnuri, who has an ownership of 8.5%. Keen to double up on the Brentford assets. But if you're not that much keen on doubling up on Brentford assets, then you can also opt for someone like Jared Bowen. I believe that the Leicester fixture should be a turning point for Manchester United if they can keep up the momentum from the Arsenal game. Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. So this is a Gameweek 29 team selection video in which I have broken the video into four segments. The first segment I will talk about the best differential assets to own. In the second one, I'll be talking about the team selection for Gameweek 29. In the third segment, I will be talking about the best free hit draft for Gameweek 29. And in the fourth segment, I'll be talking about the best captaincy choice for this game week. So I have dedicated sections for each of the segments. So you can hover over to those timestamps if you want those specific information. And if you do like this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. That will mean a lot to me. And do let me know if you're playing the free hit chip in blank Gameweek 29 or not. So without dealing any further, let's get started. First differential that I'd like to talk about is none other than Nelson Semedo. Now Semedo is the first pick amongst differentials with an ownership of only 0.6%. He also averages 2.4 points per match. Now he has a very huge upside versus Aitnuri, who has an ownership of 8.5%. Now since the free hit is on the card, so we can definitely take a one game week punt with Semedo, I believe, because just like Aitnuri plays out of position, Semedo is also someone who is very good from the right wing back position, and he takes those attacking positions just like Aitnuri. And since a lot of people have Aitnuri, you might have a tactical edge if you own Nelson Semedo, in my opinion. If I would have been in your shoes, and if I had the free hit chip intact, I would have definitely played Nelson Semedo instead of Ryan Aitnuri if I was chasing rank. Now coming to the next player, that's none other than Savino from Manchester City. Now Savino has a Brighton home game. Now he has already contributed 5 assists and 1 goal from 22 shots in the last 10 game weeks, and I believe that he is one of those confirmed starters because he is getting consistent minutes over the last few game weeks. And someone like a Doku or Marmoush will be operating either or, but Savino has nailed the right wing position, in my opinion, and he also has the numbers to show. So I believe the Brighton game will be a pretty easy one, where City will not be able to keep a clean sheet probably, but they should be comfortably winning it, in my opinion. Now coming to the next pick, that's none other than Morgan Gibbs-White from Nottingham Forest, now who completes the midfield pick amongst the differentials, and he's the third differential pick with 2 assists and 3 goals from 60 points. As you can see the numbers in the last 10 game weeks. Now Morgan Gibbs-White has surpassed someone like Ilanga, in my opinion, because if you see his heat map and if you see the highlights of the matches of Nottingham Forest, you'll be able to understand the kind of importance that Gibbs-White has in the Forest lineup. And he is nailed, and he has a very easy fixture against Ipswich, and I believe that the ownership is very low for Gibbs-White, which makes him more enticing. So if you already have Gibbs-White, kudos to you, but I do not have him already, but I'm willing to bring in Morgan Gibbs-White with one of the transfers for this game week. And game week 29, I have 3 free transfers, but I'm willing to make 4 transfers and take a -4 hit because I'm not willing to play the free hit. And so this is how my team is shaping up for the blank game week 29. In goal, I have Henderson, who does not feature, and I'm willing to play with 10 men. And in my defense, I have a back 3, or rather back 4, I would say, of a forced back 4 of Aitnuri, Guardiola, Robinson, Ola Aina, out of which I have brought in Guardiola and Ola Aina. Now Guardiola has a very good fixture against Brighton. Now I do not feel that they will be able to keep a clean sheet, just like I was mentioning when I was talking about Savino. But on the contrary, I have faith in Guardiola's attacking prowess. That is why the fixture run of City is pretty amazing after a blank game week 29 also. That's why I'll be keeping Guardiola long term. That's why I've brought him in. Now Aitnuri is again a no-brainer pick. I already had him. And Ola Aina is from the resolute Forest defense who faces Ipswich, so I'm pretty happy. And Robinson is again a forced player because I do not have the numbers. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started with Robinson. Now coming to the midfield, I have a midfield four of Kluivert, Cole Palmer, Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes. Now I am benching Mohamed Salah because I'm not willing to sell him because a lot of value is tied to him. That's why. Now Kluivert, Palmer has a very difficult game, but all of Kluivert, Mbeumo and Bruno, all of them have pretty easy fixtures in my opinion, and they should have a pretty decent outing for my liking. Now when I talk about Cole Palmer, the Cole Palmer fixture is pretty dicey, and it's also again a Robinson scenario for me. Since I do not have the numbers, that's why I will have to start with Robinson and Palmer. I also have tried to make a free hit draft, which I'll be showcasing in the next segment. But I have also compared that proposition with a free hit in Gameweek 34. That's why I have abstained from it and taken a -4 hit. And I'm starting Robinson and Palmer because I feel that there's more upside to the free hit in 34 than in the 29 after all the assessment that I did preliminary. Now coming to the forwards, I have a forward two of Chris Wood and João Pedro. Now I believe since João Pedro has a very tough game against Manchester City, but he has a goal in him and he is also on pens, so I'm pretty optimistic about him. And Chris Wood is again a no-brainer pick. I have brought him in and he's one of those captaincy candidates. I'll be discussing about captaincy in my fourth segment, so make sure you watch the video till the end where I'll be discussing about key captaincy candidates. And since it's not Mohamed Salah, it's pretty exciting, because there is a lot of variance. And people will not be going ahead with someone like Mohamed Salah. He will not be having that effective ownership of 200% or 190%. So it will be pretty interesting. So this is how my team is lining up for blank Gameweek 29. This is the team that I will recommend you guys to opt for. In goal, I have gone with Jose Sa. Now since they have a Southampton fixture and the Southampton have looked shambolic of late, that's why it's pretty certain that I will be targeting the Wolves as a Southampton fixture. And in my defense, I've gone with Aït-Nouri. Now we all know that he's playing out of position and he's a brilliant asset to own. And if you already have him, it's like I already own him. So I am having a quite decent advantage, I would say. Now coming to the next pick, that's Ola Aina. Now Forest have been scintillating. You saw the glimpse of the compact and solid Forest defense in the City victory also, and it's a no-brainer to have some Forest cover in your defensive lineup. Now coming to the third pick, that's none other than Guardiola. Now having said that, Guardiola is a tremendous pick since he has that attacking potential. Now I believe that some of you might be not willing to invest in a City defender, but this template of Aït-Nouri, Aina and Guardiola is the best for creating in Gameweek 29 in my opinion. Now you can also play someone like Kirkez who has a Brentford home game, but I have kept Kirkez in my bench and I'm starting Guardiola. And in my midfield, I have a midfield four of Kluivert, Bruno Fernandes, Morgan Gibbs-White and Mbeumo. Now Mbeumo has a Bournemouth away fixture and Gibbs-White has an Ipswich away game, which is scintillating in my opinion, and the Forest should definitely win this one. And he has been in awesome form of late and chipping in with goals and assists. And Morgan Gibbs-White is a no-brainer since they face Ipswich in Gameweek 29. And Bruno Fernandes is the best midfielder to own in your free hit draft in Gameweek 29, just because they face Leicester, and Leicester have been leaking goals galore, which is clearly evident from the fact that they are ranked 18th or 19th in the expected goals conceded in the first 28 games. And in my forwards, I have gone with Wissa, Wood and Haaland. And Wissa, again, I'll be keen to double up on the Brentford assets. But if you're not that much keen on doubling up on Brentford assets, then you can also opt for someone like Jared Bowen, who is the first placeholder in midfield bench. You can play a 3-5-2 with Wood and Haaland leading the line, and a midfield of Kluivert, Bruno Fernandes, Gibbs-White, Mbeumo and Bowen. So I believe this is a very flexible and robust lineup, and it's up for grabs if you want to have that upside of playing the free hit in Gameweek 29, and this is a very ideal draft in my opinion. So do let me know whether you like this draft or not. I kind of love this draft, and be it 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, both works for me. Now the captaincy candidates for Blank Gaming 29 are Erling Haaland, Bruno Fernandes and Chris Wood, in my opinion. So these are the top 3 picks. If you have 2 out of 3, then it narrows it down for you. I am not a Haaland owner, but I would have loved to own Haaland, because with an elite XGI of 19.83, as you can see, and an opponent who has an XGC of 38.1, that is Brighton, I believe that there is at least a couple of goals, if not one, for Haaland in this fixture. Now, in my opinion, he remains the safest captaincy pick because of his explosive potential and penalties. That makes him have a very high ceiling. Now, coming to the next pick, that's Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno Fernandes does not have a very good overall points tally, just like Erling Haaland has. But on the contrary, he is in scintillating form, and whatever United do goes to Bruno Fernandes, and the Leicester fixture is so lucrative in my opinion. Now, Leicester have been so leaky with an XGC of 52.5, as you can see. That makes him an amazing differential captaincy candidate. And on the contrary, he also has 12 big chances created. It's just up to the United lineup, to finish those chances which Bruno is creating. Now, we all saw what a wonderful free kick he scored against Arsenal. That only enhances his appeal because he's also on set pieces, and he's playing beside Ugarte in the midfield. And I believe that the Leicester fixture should be a turning point for Manchester United if they can keep up the momentum from the Arsenal game. Now, coming to the third pick, that's none other than Chris Wood. Now, Chris Wood has an XG of 10.58, and he has scored goals at will, as you can see the numbers here. Now, if you're chasing the upside, and since he has a favorable fixture, probably he has the easiest fixture of the 3. If I compare the Haaland's Brighton, the Bruno's Leicester, then the Woods Ipswich, they have an XGC of 55, which is insane in my opinion. They have also conceded a lot of goals, and I might be wrong, but I believe that the effective ownership of Chris Wood would be highest this game week, because many of them will be going with Chris Wood. So long story short, if you want to play it very safe, then opt for Chris Wood as your captain, because the effective ownership of Chris Wood would be the highest in my opinion. And there will be certain captaincy candidates like a Kluivert or an Mbeumo, so it will be scattered per se. But having said that, in my opinion, I'll be going ahead with Bruno Fernandes as the best captaincy pick for this game week, because he's a differential captain and I'm chasing that top 10k finish, and I'm currently at 47k. That's why I will be pretty happy, to go with a differential captain. Now, do let me know whom you're captaining for Blank Game Week 29. Now, it's pretty interesting. After a lot of game weeks, we do not have Mohamed Salah. So, the debate is finally over and we'll have a different captain. So, it's completely, full of variance and exciting times ahead. I've also made a dedicated video where I talk about the best 9 players to buy for Blank Game Week 29. So, make sure you watch that video. I'm linking it above. So, if you have liked this video, please do drop a like and subscribe to my channel. That means a lot to me. And do let me know whether you're playing the free hit in Game Week 29. Do comment below. I'll be very happy to answer them for you if you have any questions. All the best for Game Week 29. I'll catch you guys in the next one.